think we got a live stream going. So I was able to slim down the process for streaming on YouTube a lot this time. Just knowing what the heck is going on, how it functions. Now, I want to lay this out from the very get-go that this stream will be children friendly and children approved and even children involved. So my family is up and about. We might have some background noise, but woo! That's okay. We'll play along anyway. And I will open up a soda. Delicious. Okay, do we have to watch out for old Blood and Guts Tortuga trying to take old Butcher Tishi's mantle as one who gets his own man killed? Josh Street, never change. It's the same rallying cry every time. Anyways, hello to everyone. Finish to Wolfpack345. The YouTube and Twitch streamer. You can check out his channel if you Google Wolfpack345. Damn Ugly Dog. Forzy's here as well. Nail. Benever as well. Hello to Ken Pon. Pretty easy to misread your name. Almost added an R in there. Anyway, where are we? We're in the middle of a shattered world. I kind of wanted to take a quick stock of the situation. We haven't used the almanac like at all, and the almanac is a lot of fun to use. So let's use it. Caleb's been waiting here since 3 p.m. Oh my, Nathaniel. If you have to ask what my soda choice is, I only have one soda of choice. And it's, well, I guess two. I don't really care if it's Coke or Pepsi, but I stick to the original, the classic. So Steins Gaming says, thank you, I finally bought this game. Woo! Well, that's good luck. I mean, it does have a bit of a learning curve. A few people on my Discord were also saying, excuse me, that they had bought this game, and then they were kind of wondering, one sec. Then they were wondering, basically, how to play it. Anyway, Atlas. Let's look at the Atlas real fast. Let's see. So, I am not yet in very much debt. We took out one loan before starting the war of $5 billion. No big deal. No big deal. Waystar asked if I'm going to cover Shadow Empire in the near future. Yeah, like the very near future. I believe that it's scheduled to go on Steam on December 3rd. So I'm pretty much going to be doing a crash course on aircraft, which I haven't used yet. Waystar also has a YouTube channel. You can check out Waystar. Waystar, are you doing a series on Shadow Empire? I haven't looked recently. So Shadow Empire, wow. I mean, it's in some ways it's kind of similar to Supreme Ruler in that it has all the different aspects of a nation. You know, you have interpolitical or interpersonal relations was, I would say, is highlighted in Shadow Empire more than in most games. Steins Gaming said he's restarted 1917 3 times, but it's fun, yeah. I'm going to get distracted 1,000 times. Let me at least try to get through the Atlas before I get distracted, because this is a lot of fun to see how everyone's doing. And I mentioned I'm only $5 billion in debt. The debts in this game are, you know, they are kind of... You're allowed to go into debt, let's say that way. $6.7 trillion in debt is Japan. And the second most in debt is India. India is surprisingly not broken up. Is that real? How is India not broken up into... Oh my. They actually are not broken up into... Am I doing this right? Okay, filter by... Not allies, enemies. Empire. There it is. Yeah, India is its own thing. That's... You would expect at least the contested area to be maybe its own zone, or... I don't know. I'm actually a little bit surprised by that. They broke up China. They broke up the United States. They broke up all parts of Europe. Why wouldn't they break up India? That surprises me a little bit. Well, I mean, I guess if you're doing a Shattered World start and you want to have the most populous nation by, like, a lot, I'm sure it's India by, like, heads and shoulders, yeah. Okay, actually, southern China is not too far behind them, only maybe 2/3 the population, with northern China as the third. Then Indonesia, that makes sense. Brazil isn't broken up, and then Pakistan, okay. And then Japan, when you break up all these other nations, is actually, was this like 8th or 9th on the list with 136 million? But yeah, Japan does lead in one category, not really the category you want to lead in. They have $6.7 trillion in debt. Now, we have only taken one loan, so we're somewhere down here at $5 billion. And if you look, this is hundreds of millions, tens of millions, and all the way down here somewhere should be Texas. Texas, there we are, right here. So we only have 4.7 million, billion, yes, in debt. So that's, we're looking actually pretty good. You can see how far down our slider is. Isn't this atlas cool? It's just it's so awesome. Now, as far as approval ratings go, it's very difficult to get your approval rating above 30. And it's not very uncommon to have your approval rating in the 20s. I don't know where we are as far as Texas goes. I probably could just search for us by debt. Or sort by name, I guess, but we know we're at 4 point whatever. Yeah, there's, okay, I saw Kosovo, Lithuania. Oh, Texas. So we only have 3.1 in our treasury, 3.1 billion in our treasury. Our GDP per person, per capita, is 43,000. And our approval rating is 38%. Woo, 38%. Ah, delicious. So what's our population? Just so we have while we're looking at everything else, 25 million. 100% approval from the military, which probably isn't a big surprise considering I fund the crap out of them. And that is one of the big things I want to cover right at the very beginning, is that we're bleeding money. We're bleeding money faster than I'm bleeding from my neck here after shaving about 20 minutes ago in the shower. Ugh. Oh man, I don't even think anybody uses a manual razor. I might be the only person left in the world using a manual razor at this point, but it's just some habits die hard. What else might we want to look at? Well, I guess we can look at GDP. Wow, so DC, well, this is not surprising because they basically have an inflated GDP, being the ex-capital of the US. And then they have very, very few people. So their GDP is extremely high, but we're not probably too far down on this list. And that's after conquering, by the way, New Mexico. 43,000, well, we're probably like what? That probably puts us around 30th, I would say. Could be less than that. Are we the highest GDP per capita for our population? I see 12 million here for Ontario, 19 for New York, and then 25. Yeah, so for our population, there is a general trend that as you get more people, you should expect the GDP to like average a little bit lower. And we're doing really good. We're the highest GDP per capita for anybody of 25 million people or more. And you can see that like the next person with is California with 36 million people, but to me it's very impressive that Texas is doing better than California. We're on the right track. Oh man. Oh, Waystar says he only uses manual razors. There's so many different topics I was thinking about. What is my I don't know. I was also thinking about today marketing, and I was thinking how there's very little marketing, ethical marketing done these days. Because I would break down marketing into like product knowledge or product awareness is like ethical marketing, and then there's psychological manipulation, which is probably what 90% of marketing is today. I consider that. I don't know. I basically do consider that unethical marketing. Because you have to manipulate people to get them to buy your product. Then you're not letting them you're infringing on their freedom, I guess. Anyway, so many random topics we could talk about, but today the topic is Supreme Ruler Ultimate. And by the way, I wanted to mention this game is on sale for the Steam Summer Sale. So if you are interested in picking it up, what is it, like $8 right now? It's very cheap. So there should be a link to the game, to the Steam page, in the video description right below the video. And if you click on that, you'll be able to go to the Steam page, and you can pick this up for, $8. This is basically lunch. You just skip lunch. And it's perfectly fine, by the way, to skip lunch, because once you learn this game, you'll be skipping meals without even thinking about it. I don't know, I found myself addicted very quickly. So let's see what else is going on. Okay, so New Mexico fell. No surprise there, because that was due to us. Oh, by the way, the first time you load into a game, this is something that you have to watch for. the first time you load into a game, the first action you take over from these options, for some reason, unpauses the game. Now, I'm going to cancel all of our military orders right now. I don't know what anybody's doing. I don't know why they're doing it. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, autumn sale. Sorry. It doesn't really matter. Just going to cancel any movement. And mostly what this is going to do is get any aircraft that are patrolling to return. Now, I mentioned the debt thing, and we can see we have $3.1 billion in the treasury. We're already slightly in debt at 4 point something. Unfortunately, this is not going to get any better anytime soon. In fact, I was kind of looking over things, and we're in really bad shape. Right now, our rubber production is 4 times the market value, which is not a good state to be in. Now, I am still going to... I recently turned off our synthetic rubber. I'm going to put all of these facilities back online because ultimately, even though it costs that much, it's still better to... Is it? Is it better to produce your own than have to pay? I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I guess it's not better to... Maybe I should put these all offline. I haven't mastered the production manipulation in this game. It's something that I really need to min-max and master. Okay, Romania has declared war on Kosovo. Poor Kosovo. It's not a good day for them. Let's see. So rubber's a bad situation for us. I think we just need... So right now okay, now I remember. We don't actually have enough we're getting off the market to be able to supply, I think, like all of our industrial goods are dropping. So far consumer goods are making it, but we essentially need the rubber even at this higher cost of money. Probably the damage to our economy it's doing not to pay this extremely high premium for the rubber is being worse. Actually, industrial goods are over the market natural price as well. Boy, Texas, we're going to have some growing pains here. Now, we're looking good for petroleum, and that's with these offshore platforms, which are not particularly efficient. So once you get oceanic complex and you can get oil derricks, you can build, and there's plenty of oil off the coast. Plenty of oil off there, so we can construct more oil derricks if we want, but for now we're okay with what we have because we'd rather frack. No, I mean, kind of. We'd rather do any kind of land-based oil since it's much more, it's much cheaper. It's much more efficient money-wise. Okay, so going to production, we have coal we're a little bit behind in, but not too bad, and our prices look good. We could probably buy more coal, but right now we have a limited population as a resource, like the unemployment for our country, our country. I want to say our state because Texas, but now we're New Texaco, and so unemployment's at 4.3%. We don't want it to drop below 3%. So if I create too many jobs right now, our unemployment will be just too low. And that seems, by the way, insane that unemployment is 4.3%. I'm going to pretend that that's for only working age people. Or is that unemployment? That's how unemployment's already always given, right? That seems way too low, 4.3%. That seems insane. But anyway, I'm not an economic master. Okay, so moving on to metal ore. This is something we don't have any of, but New Mexico did give us some area. We didn't have any. For some reason, Texas has 0 metal ore. However, New Mexico does have some. Now, right now we can't even build there because we have no supply. I'm going to hit S to bring up my supply. You can see that it's this funny Texas-like shape. Why is that? Well, of course, when you conquer a new area, you get 0 supply. The supply has to be regenerated there. Since we just took New Mexico, it'll take a couple minutes. Well, it'll take like a couple days in-game, which may be hours of Tortuga time, for the supply to start reestablishing there. So it'll take us a little while before we can basically get anything building in the new area. Oh boy, what's going on? Okay, so moving on to uranium. Now, the uranium is actually the place I think we can invest the most in. We need some kind of money maker, and I'm wondering, are we able to right now sell uranium? We are selling it at 185. Whoa, well, we don't even need to sell it at 185. We can drop this down to 176 even, which is a good markup from what we're producing it at, but I mean, I'm still willing to sell whatever. And I am right now overwriting, so this is locked. What I can do is just unlock it, and that'll let our minister, he'll take control of this himself. I'm going to do the same thing with military goods, where we also sit at a pretty good situation where we can, essentially we can produce more military goods and then sell them off. And I think that with all the people going to war, that'd be a good idea. Okay, so let's do that. We're just right. So the consumer goods is not an area we'd really want to invest in since we don't really make that much more compared to the market average. And industrial goods we're a little bit behind. Yeah, so we're in for hard times. So what I'm going to do quickly, I'm going to just demonstrate some of the tech spam crap stuff that you can do. I want to go around and shop some of my technology. Military technology, missile silos, sure, safety kits. Radar absorbent technology is pretty old. I just try to get some money from anybody who wants to buy some of this stuff. If anybody does not have our M1 Abrams, I do like to sell designs first, and you might think that that's just to keep the AI. It's also to keep the AI or the other countries further behind, because designs are not techs, right? So that doesn't really help them much in the future. But I like to give them better designs because I actually want them to fight me with better designs. If they're not building M1 Abrams, I want them to, because it's more fun to fight somebody. When you just completely roll over, it's just not quite as satisfying. So California actually has a lot of the tech we already have. And I know that since we're pretty good friends, they'd be willing to pay us pretty well for whatever we can sell them. So let's actually give them this one as well. We might even consider giving them like tilt rotor. Okay. Biofuels, helicopter refueling probe. Okay, 1965. That's so far in the past. Okay, I'll take modern. All those things. That'll give us 800 million, so 0.8 billion. We can just go and do this for a whole bunch of places, essentially. Like, okay, Oregon, why don't you take this 81 Tech, M1 Abrams, 500. Some of these people are going to say no, but that's fine. We'll just kind of shop the Abrams off to people. And we're going to just let them buy our Abrams for whatever price they're willing to sell it. Sorry, we're going to let them buy it for whatever price they're willing to buy it for. We're willing to sell it for whatever they want to buy it for. This is just a quick money-making scheme to tie us over. We're sinking. There's no way. I ran this game for about like 10 minutes on my own time just to see how we can avoid, complete financial collapse. We cannot do it without loans and a very, very long time. I wasn't able to solve the problem, but I'm still confident. I'm going to maintain confidence that we can. We'll find out. If there are any Supreme Ruler experts in the chat, you may need to get very in-depth about the guides about how to solve my financial problems. But it's pretty cool that this game offers this. In fact, one of the changes that BattleGoats made recently, they changed the economy system from... It used to be that world supply equaled world demand. And if you produced a lot of something, it just meant that you controlled a higher proportion of the total supply. So this meant that if you own 90... Let's say you owned... Let's say 50%. You owned, let's say, 50 things, and the rest of the world had 50. And then you produced 10 more. You didn't actually get 20% more production. You got total 6/5 of what you had before. I mean, basically, everything gets shrunk down by 10/11ths, and then you get 6/5 of that. Because the whole supply will always equal exactly the demand. And they took that away, and I'm really happy about that. Basically, Alexius and I were talking, we're not sure how badly it impacts the economy. But it's cool because then when you're building more, you're actually building more. And Illinois is a good friend of ours. They're going to pay a lot of money for stuff. We still have a few friends left here and there because I know that we did invade a lot of people. Let me just shop, not fire control. That one's dear to me. Just shop just maybe a couple more techs to try to get a little bit of money to keep us going. Turn off supply. Hopefully we'll see this money going up. It's going to go down great in the PR conference. Sir, why did you sell enemies our best weapons? I wanted it to be more challenging. That's right. Booms, boom. Yeah, why Cummings asked why Texas and California are pretty good friends. Doesn't really make sense from like a political, like internal U.S. politics standpoint. Wow, everyone is happy with my deals so far. Enemy falls. Yeah, well, we knew that. And we're just waiting for supply to start creeping in. You can see it's slowly doing that. And we have a lot of repairs and stuff. I mean, there's a lot to do before we can... before we'll be able to invade Mexico. And I'm not... I mean, if we look at how much money we're losing, it's a lot due to our production. But we could still trim... We could still, like, trim some fat off the treasury. Let's go ahead and do that. What are we at? 65, recommend 78. That's fine. Education might be a little bit too high, so it's recommended 61. We'll take this down to just below 61. There we go. Infrastructure, same deal here. I think we're a little bit too high. Oh, we're just below, but I'm going to bring it down just a smidge more. Oh man, this is just... I wish there was a plus minus so that I wouldn't have to be so precise. We probably need to drop the environment, but okay, we'll leave it for a little bit longer. And I usually really prioritize to keeping family subsidy high so we can have more population growth. But we can probably drop law enforcement a bit, down to something sub 15 probably. It's fine. Cultural subsidies, and then we're going to drop social assistance down even more because it is pretty expensive. You can see that this value is dropping as we go. Okay, we'll just go down to 0 for cultural subsidy, and I think we'll go down to 0 for this. I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make. Probably not going to make everyone extremely happy. Who rejected my offer? Oregon did not want my research. Okay, I have ways of dealing with these people. They will take my research. You understand, you will take my research. I will ask for that, and then I'll throw in something for free, like improved AA guns. And then usually they take it after that. But you can see we're jumped up to almost 10 billion. And now all we need to do is look inward, try to balance our economy. And I don't think it's going to work very well. Oh, England has declared war on Greece. My, that's interesting. Another thing I'd like to do, because roads, what are they costing us right now? Roads are costing us $2 billion a year in maintenance, which is pretty much nothing. Still, I'm going to round out some of these inefficiencies that drive me nuts. Because look, you're playing a game with Tortuga. I can't help myself. Some of these things just cannot be avoided. So we're going to do a little bit of... We're running the game, yeah. The game is running now, so don't worry. This is going to be done in real time. But we're going to get rid of some of these things. These, look at, I mean, the way hexes work, if I turn on the grid, you can go from here to here to here to here. You don't need these extra... it's like they put in a bunch of chicanes for racing or something. It's quite unnecessary. So I think we will take out this one. And yeah, take out this one then. I don't know if they will automatically realign. I might have to build the road back, but... Oh, okay, yeah, so we have a missing road here. Oops. No, let me do it. Okay, so we'll just... Yeah, I mean, but making straight roads is just sensible. It's just sensible in my opinion. Very sensible. Take out this one. So we'll probably have to go back and connect roads after all this is done, but okay, fine. Still worth it, in my opinion. And I think that the reason why these S's are in here are because that's how they really are in the US. I mean, they probably overlaid highways on the map and then just tried to follow them exactly. But that's, we don't have to... We're living in a hex-based world now, so we don't have to abide by those those laws anymore. We can live by our own rules, which are all hex-based. Everything is hex-based. Okay, good. So here's another inefficiency. Gosh. And hopefully I'll find all the disconnected roads when they eventually are done. But anyway, construction began. That's probably on road. Yeah. And we have offer rejected from Oregon. They don't understand what they're doing. Come on, Oregon, get with it. Okay, this is another way we can deal with this. We can 496. We can just ask for a little bit less than 496. 490. What about that? We take 490 instead. We'll give you 6 million off. A real discount. Okay. Tanks are sort of men in the game. They work okay in the open, but have so many counters. CC and close combat and air. I wonder if Nevada starts with a free supply of tanks. So there's also a military atlas, which I didn't even cover, but is really cool to look at. Oh, by the way, things are not looking good for Israel. I think we saw this at the very, very end of the last... Yeah, they are not good. So things are not looking good. They've retaken already Egypt. I don't know, retaken all the territory that they had lost. Remember, Israel started out by taking a lot of territory. I think this is still, yeah, Israel down here. They made it all the way down to basically is this still the Red Sea? Whatever this is. This is the Red Sea, right? And then, I don't know what this is. I don't know what any of these things are. So I'm not super familiar with all the geography over here. But they made it all the way down this peninsula. Conquered all that, but then Egypt struck back and has reconquered all the way in to Israeli territory. We can kind of, unfortunately, I don't have vision on either of these people. I guess I could send a ship all the way over there. But by the way, I forgot to show you one of the biggest expenses we have. Our defense budget is almost $500 billion. We're one little tiny state, and we are just spending $500 billion on military. I like it this way. I like to have the maintenance, like 300 billion of that is going to maintenance and training. I still think that that's what we want to do. What we might consider doing is, I guess I could consider cutting back the maintenance and training a little bit. This does reduce our readiness. So, yeah. I'm not sure because we're essentially we're kind of in a bad way, right? One thing I could do is send everyone to reserve, and that would save a lot of money. But we're already on the road to prepping. Okay, supplies filling in nicely now. We're already on the road to prep for war against Mexico. In fact, are we already? Yeah. Okay, good. Look at this casus belli we've built up. 57%. Okay, you know what? Essentially, we just want people to repair, and then we're going to start redeploying everyone to the south. We're going to prepare for. What's a catchy name for our operation? Like Operation Alamo kind of strikes me as an obvious one, but yeah, we'll take rubber even at a bad price, I think. Let's see how bad rubber is doing. Oh yeah, so our rubber production is actually over what it needs to be now, which means we can shut down at least one of these. So let's deactivate at least one. Hopefully it's deactivating the ones with the lowest supply. Finish ass, not going to... Whoa! Shoot, I hate it when you do that. An errant click, and I have built something I don't want to build. Scrap entire hex. Did it work? I don't... Yeah, scrap. Yeah, I guess I can cancel construction. This should work. Yeah, there it is. Okay, good. So that's that. Just take care of my errant click there. Yeah, so we are missing some roads now, which we're going to have to fill in. That's okay. I prefer efficient roads to the mess that was there before. Yeah. And we'll probably end up missing one or two. But that's okay. Ugh. I missed apparently one of these already. Someone else is at war? Oh, southern China on Mongolia. That's kind of an interesting thing. Can they get to each other? No. Wait. No, they can't. Okay. What was I doing? I was destroying roads, fixing roads. Yes, that's what I was doing. Continue fixing roads, satisfy my OCD. Where are we missing more roads? There. Good. I'm not going to try to fix this stuff. Okay, that's one road. I mean, I've been clearing those one road things before, but I'm going to let some of them stay. Okay, this is obvious. We need some railroad here. Kind of don't like that this railroad just goes to a base. Oh my. Yeah, we need to fix this as well. I'll wait for it to finish bulldozing that road. I don't know. This is, like, roads are a little funky in this game to me. I don't fully understand their behavior. So, just to prevent any bad situations, let's see. Operation Taco Bell. Run for the border. Tex-Mex will just be Tex. That's right. We don't want to underestimate Mexico. I mean, they're not going to have the quality of units that we have, but I'm assuming that they're going to have our numbers times 10. There we go. So it's not going to be a walk in the park. In fact, I'm not confident that we're going to win. I'm not trying to say that to build up drama. I'm just legitimately not confident that we're going to win. I'd give us maybe 70% chance. Okay, Israel has now fallen. Goodbye to Israel. This is what happens when you have a shattered world. The first thing that happens is Israel dies. I mean, it's kind of how Israel behaves in real life. That they think that this is they're on the precipice of this happening. They would say probably. I don't want to put words in their mouth, but you know, they do have a pretty strong military built up, just in case something does fall apart in the Middle East. So I think we want a railroad over here as well. Rails are a lot cheaper. I like them a lot. So probably do something like this. I want to go... Okay, so let's build it over to here. And then like this. Okay, let's just leave it like on the top first. At least there's a connection east to west, and then eventually I'll probably build it to El Paso as well. I love redoing the lines though. I mean, in my perfect game, they would allow me to create the roads myself. So that I wouldn't have to deal with like the mess that they start off with. Which just hurts me. Okay, I'll have to do some road fixing over here as well. I don't know what this madness is. Whatever, I'm gonna leave it. Just can't fix it all. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about as far as production goes is how are we doing as far as money loss? Okay, 400 billion a day. You can see we've eaten through a lot of our money already. Our like tech trade money. Let's just do a quick tech trade mission again. See if anybody else is willing to buy some of the basic stuff that we're willing to give away. Just being generous neighbors, really. I wouldn't think of it as anything exploitative. We're not exploiting the AI. What are you talking about? Integrated air, safety kits, and well, that's quite a lot. Why don't you take that? Oh, they're going to give us a full billion for that. I hope they do. March 27th. So we've only been playing this game for like 4 months. We've already taken over New Mexico. Now, again, the supply is slowly filling up. That's going to help our production as well. Because I think production starts at 50% at zero supply, and it moves up to 100% at 100% supply. So it's basically 50% plus 1/2 of the supply level. Everything I say, take with like an asterisk, take with a grain of salt. I'm not like an expert on this game, but I'm going to quote the figures that I am working with at least. And somebody mentioned as well that we can probably eliminate some of our military facilities. I really do like to do this. I think that, I mean, I like to consolidate, and I feel like that's a perfectly fine thing to do. So we're just going to scrap this whole hex. We don't need that much military. We don't need that many military barracks. The things I don't want to scratch are like research centers. Oh my gosh. We have research. Oh, it's beautiful. We have 1 extra. Things like research centers. Who's at war now? Moscow's declared war on Naples. It's interesting. Okay, so Florida rejected my offer, but Georgia accepted. Well, let's go back to Florida. We almost got like a great deal from them, so we'll just manually, decrease the value a little bit because that's a lot of money. Yeah, so instead of 1.066, why don't you give me something just above 1? There. It's good. See if they accept that, because we could use that money, as you can see. Still, how do we save the economy here? Unfortunately, I haven't been able to read all the different comments, but I don't think we're beyond saving. I just haven't figured out a solution yet. So Treasury, we're making a lot of money from taxes. Production, we're not making a lot of money from. What I'd really just prefer is that we weren't spending that much. And I guess defense is the main thing. So it depends. If we want to go to war with Texas right away, and I think we do, why hold out, right? Because this stream is only so long. So I think we just go to war with Texas, and then if we manage to take Texas... Oh my gosh, if I manage to take Texas, do I annex it, or do I make it a colony? I wonder if I should make it a colony. I don't know. This is like a good question. If I was to make it a colony, then I think they just kind of give me money. Which, that's good. And then I won't have to worry about managing it, which is really good. I don't really want to manage that huge area. I'm probably going to colonize it just for the sake of reducing my micromanagement needs. Otherwise, my OCD is just going to go crazy. I'd like to go through this, but I also see the merit of not doing that. Okay, let's do it. In my opinion, you should be going through these areas just to increase the supply. In fact, this road should probably go like this, instead of wandering down this area where there's nothing. Like, there's no reason to be here. But that's exactly the kind of OCD management that I'm talking about trying to avoid in Mexico. Yeah, sorry, if I said Texas, I meant should we annex or colonize Mexico? Our next target. Some road construction. Netherlands wants to offer me, at a pretty bad rate, they want to offer me rubber. I'm going to reject this. I think we're doing okay on rubber right now. Yeah, we're a little bit over, so let's actually drop our rubber synth down by 1 more. And that one is 64%. Okay. I don't know if the game optimizes that by decreasing the ones with the lowest supply first, but you must really need to put whole army on reserve to save your economy. Yeah, Sevi, I think you're right. And so what that means is I kind of feel like Japan prior to World War II. It's either go big or go home now. So let's start. Let me just slow down the speed, but let things keep happening. And let me start manning the borders. Okay, El Paso is going to be the big strike zone. I want all my patents here ready to roll in. Actually, I want my patents... So I misplaced them. I actually want my patents here. Wait. Oh, this is a river hex. No, never mind. We do want them there. But I want some infantry on the north side and then some artillery further to the east. We're going to break through very quickly, but... Okay, the Merles. Do we have Merles? Yes, these are the best. Put those there. Another Recon Bradley. I don't want those fighting. Those are for... So what's our plan of attack? It's such a blank area here. So if we look at supply, I'm hoping it's really low, and it is. So they're going to have a really hard time getting area through this. They're going to have a hard time getting any troops through this area, which means that they'll be... And this is why this game is really cool. It somewhat models like real war. It forces action where the supply is able to go, where the logistics are able to go. And that's why I think that this will be a really fun game to play, even in like a World War II start. Because you can imagine Germany very easily taking over Poland. focusing on little paths like where are the bridges and all that. But then when they get over to Soviet Union, you have to prioritize roadways, right? And there's, some marsh somewhere, presumably here. I guess they don't have it modeled as marsh. Dense forest, they call it? Or is it... Where are the marshes? They should be like right around Minsk, right? Around... I don't know if I'm in the right area, but I think it's around here. Anyway, it basically forces action along the main thoroughfares, which is how real war is. I mean, like as a youth, as a youngin', I used to kind of imagine it's just like this progression, equal forces along the border, and everybody's slowly... No, it's not like that at all. I've learned now that no, it's actually you just want to control major objectives. And there's no objectives over here. We have what, like a town of 60,000 people, and one other town somewhere over here of 100,000 people. No, man, we're going to go right for Chihuahua. Well, we reached the big negative point. And that's even after Florida did accept our deal. So, Eastern Siberia has declared war on Armenia. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Are those... No, that's Eastern Siberia. No, this is just another meaningless war. Well, we want to quickly just get... I guess what we can do is take out another loan, because we're going to need some loans here. How much was that for? Please a lot. 1.6, 1.8. So at least our rate hasn't gone up too much. And then, there's plenty of countries we haven't manipulated for money yet, which we should like to. Just sell some tech. Pennsylvania, if you want it, come and get it. I do like the idea of making it so that these nations, when we eventually fight them, will fight us, hopefully with at least building Abrams. I don't know if they already have M60s. I guess that they probably do. But... We have better tanks than the Abrams. We have the M1A1, and I think we have the M1A2 as well. I mean, we definitely have the M1A2, but I think we also have the M1A1. So just selling off this to the other United States. This is the original M1, so I'm not like... I don't think it's like a terrible thing. Yeah, we're getting some accepts. Making a little bit of money back, thank goodness. Connecticut already has it. Maybe try to give them some, not fire control, just some crap that they'll pay a little bit of money for. So, okay, that's hopefully enough to tie us until we get to war. So let me, we're going pretty slow, so let me try to speed up. M1A2, we'll keep those. I know that a big fight is going to happen down here near Monterey. So we're going to have what? We have 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6 points of ingress. So we're going to have to split forces 6 ways down here, which is pretty big. I mean, we don't have to. We could just neglect one or leave a defense. I can also rely on my garrisons, but it does do damage, I think, to your cities or to their production or supply or something. I just assume that it's bad when your city's garrisons are being used, because then, the city's essentially in war. So I imagine that's not good. Bradleys... I want these guys, let's see, probably in the most urban areas, which is here, I guess. So let's put these over to McAllen. I'll have to rearrange my aircraft, but those are that happens the quickest. Okay, I forgot to do this. Oh, okay, rejected. Who? New Hampshire, Vermont, and Virginia. Okay, Virginia is the only one I might double back on. Because Virginia actually has, I think, a fair amount of money, and they do. So we'll probably just lower the money we're asking for by a little bit. Okay, and let's also add the design. So you're willing to give me 2, and I'll ask you for, oh my gosh, that's not what I want. 2, like flat. There we go. Hopefully they'll approve that, which will buy me a little bit more time. I'm basically just getting loans for people, from people for technology. So I just need to get all of our militaries over here, obviously. Get the land forces. What do we have over here? We have Bradleys and Abrams. This is a good group. We have artillery and AA. Okay, this is a good group to put in Nuevo Laredo. It's funny that we have Laredo and they have Nuevo Laredo. It's like us having Mexico and them having New Mexico. Oh, hello, Lightning Dragon. Mr. Dragonson. It's been a while. The dragons. Speaking of the dragons, these guys are going to be slow, so we do want them... Probably we want these forces moving down towards Monterey as quickly as possible. I'm expecting that there's going to be a quick response. Okay, so Patton's, some Sparty. One of these guys which we need to send to repairs. Take that guy off the list. Some strikers. Okay, I'm going to put these guys down here as well. I don't know where exactly, but I'll just put them here. We have, it's reasonable supply down there. Yeah, and probably I need to make sure there's not other military bases I should be scrapping. Just kind of thinking ahead how we can save a little bit more money. Although military bases also give you supply, which is good. Might be okay. So let's finish. I know that this is going to be a bit expensive because we're going to have to build a bridge, but I feel like this is going to be necessary to help connect our... So, yeah. Let's do this to make it so there's only one bridge. That's good. So now this railroad actually means something besides just going to this one military place. And Virginia did accept, so we have a little bit of money. How's the money situation? Yeah, we're still losing basically 400 billion a day. That's a lot of money to lose a day. No, it's actually... Wait. Okay, I'm only losing... That makes more sense. I'm only losing 1.2 billion a day. Only. Not a big deal. Yeah, we got to get... Let's see, we have a Patton, more of my favorite arty, the Merles. Bradley, Recon Bradley, Normal Bradley. The wave across the border was always a myth. It's always been about key points needed to control an area. Yeah, Hoystein. I think it's just how you learn military tactics when you're younger, or at least how I did, because... You play games. It's almost like playing. What's that game? That's kind of like the Wargame series. Steel Division. Division has this border system. Because actually, Wargame Red Dragon and Wargame, the Wargames, they have like objectives that you have to go take, and then it kind of reinforces this idea that there's an objective-based war, which is, I think, how it is. But you play like Risk. You play like all these games, and it's like, okay, well, you just move your forces everywhere. So the very intro level stuff, I guess it doesn't need to teach that. But eventually you learn that, oh no, that's not really how it goes. Just gonna get these guys over here. We just need them moving because they're pretty far away. Did you guys get orders? So you didn't get an order. Oh, it's a supply truck. Okay, I want the supply truck over here. I probably want more supply trucks as well, but I'm gonna want a supply truck over here because I'm imagining that this is gonna be like a very low supply affair. Not that there won't be low supplies like everywhere, but okay. So who is not moving right now? These guys. And I think M113s, actually M113s are pretty much exactly what I want on this low supply area. So let's get some of those here. We have 2 M60s. Let's make that 3 M60s. No, actually I don't want the tanks moving this way. Okay, let me leave 2 Abrams as a just in case if the crap hits the fan. Where am I expecting their armor to come up from? Yeah, I believe their armor will come up. It probably comes up along the east to Reynosa. So I'm going to want my M1A2s in that area. Probably not even this many Abrams on that side. Further down. Yeah, and it's really cool to sit here and plan. On a stream, it's going to be a little bit more tight on time because... I don't want to spend... what I would like to do if I was recording this instead of doing a stream is like pause the game and like mentally kind of math out what I think I should do. And then I can resume the stream and actually do it or resume the recording. Hoystein basically, and Jatsi, because Jatsi was asking, so the whole idea of like Schwerpunkt and Blitzkrieg, it does not... Well, Blitzkrieg can make sense. Actually, they both can make sense even with wave tactics, even like moving the entire front equally. But I think that, like, because that's just about local superiority of forces, which you might also want to do if you're just doing surroundings, Yeah, it's kind of interesting to think about military, though. All right, patents. These patents are the ones that I want. I'll take these 3, and that should complete the number I want for this road. So I'm going to have, let's get a few more M113s if I have them, and I do have 2 here. And yeah, some AA actually as well. That would be much appreciated. Because I don't think we're going to have much, like, if I click on airfields. Oh, it doesn't show me their airfields. Okay. Well, I can kind of look and find their airfields. They have one here. And we can see that they're starting to counter mass. I mean, basically, I've kind of revealed my intentions. And that's one reason, I mean, it's a nice idea not to exactly populate the border when you're not going to war right away. There's like no... Okay, so Chihuahua has an airfield. We're going to need to take that right away. As quickly as possible, get down this road. Which means what I'm going to want is one of my strato tankers. Do I have them somewhere? I'm going to want my strato tanker, wherever it is, to support... There. Okay, I have Hercules. I don't have strato tankers, which are my favorite, but I do have a Hercules. So let me keep one Hercules here, but I am going to want one Hercules back. Like over here, maybe. Who else is at war? India and South Korea. Ooh, that's kind of an interesting one. Are we friends with South Korea? I would love to become friends with South Korea. Probably not after our declaring war on New Mexico. Ensure supply and logistics to those units. Yeah, exactly, Wolf Canada. And I love that about this game as well. That they do force you to work with logistics. In fact, the reason why you don't spread out everywhere is partly because of objectives. But it's, in this game at least, and probably also in a lot in real life, I mean, there's, it's a complicated situation. There's a little bit of everything factoring into the final solution. But 2 of the big things are objective-based. The 2 of the big reasons to do like a non-equal distribution of forces along the front. I mean, you could have local superiority issues, but I'm not even talking about that. Like, where do you want to make inroads? Where are your objectives? Yeah, and it's an objective-based war. You don't need to take this open area. There's no value in it. It doesn't help win the war or whatever. I mean, what is my objective here? My objective ultimately is the capital. And why, like, you can say I don't even need Chihuahua for that, and it's completely true. In fact, if I just took over Ciudad Juarez, I would actually hold an area where there's like no supply anywhere near it. So the next, like, their units would have to come in completely without supply in order to attack me, which would put me in an advantageous position. However, I'm just going to be aggressive, and I'm going to try to take this road as well. I think that once this road is taken, I don't know if we'll see a lot of units. I probably have to leave like a couple units, maybe like you know what I'll do? I'll leave a Recon Bradley over here just to see if they end up trying to move any forces through the open desert area. But do I get Mexico's money if I win? I do. But usually at that point, they don't have a whole lot of money left. Speaking of money, it's time for another round of volunteering or asking for donations of any kind. Just grab the usual suspects, see who's going to pay what, just to keep me afloat. The motorized engineers. Yeah, so this is the one thing I didn't... These are probably all, paused because we have no money. But this should not be paused. 10 days remaining, yeah. So one thing I can do is build, I think, uranium. Yeah, we're actually producing this at pretty good rates. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build up my uranium production. We'll need some railroads to get supply to these guys. Just like that. Maybe if I build a couple supply depots over here, it'll help back trickle some supply. So let's try doing that. Something like that. And those supply depots should help with the research centers eventually as well. Okay, so now we're moving. Hopefully we get the money that we need. And this guy's going to help dump industrial goods on these uranium mines. Hopefully we get enough uranium that we can sell enough. But Are we flooding the market right now? Like, I'm no longer in control. We're not purchasing. 167. So we can sell at like 178. I have a stockpile of 90,000, so we can sell like... Well, we don't want to flood the market too much. Let's just say 10,000. And the minister might override that anyway. Oh boy. Did I just purchase or something? What the hell happened? It's very cool. This is actually where we can see what's going on. So we can go to the production tab as well. And see what we're making, where's our money going? Come on, where is it here? There's a tab. Oh, it might be here. Social spending, taxation. Here we go. Last day trades. So we sold consumer goods for 600 million and electric power. Huh. Does that mean we didn't buy anything? Okay, well, let's take another loan. I'm probably just going to let him take out bonds himself. He's going to go crazy with them, but... Oh, no, I guess I'll do it myself. We're at 85% taxes. You know, nothing big. Oh, man. We didn't get a response from anybody who we were trying to sell some of our stuff to. It's a little bit unfortunate. Like, we could really use the money if anybody wants to donate even... Okay, we got something here. Oh, that's from the loan, though. War declared between Syria and Turkey. Turkey has been involved in so many different things. It makes me wonder if Turkey's kind of an interesting start. That's going to be a real war. That's not one of those, with two parties that aren't bordering each other. That's going to be a live one. So we'll have to check back there and see how things are progressing. All right, we have stingers. Stingers are not going to be useful on our very motorized attack through this road. So most of these guys are going to be going east. We do need a supply truck over to the east. I think pretty much everything in this is going to go to the east. Yep, everything is going to go to the east. We'll get them over to this road so that at least they can move wherever they need to move from there. Just get moving that way for now. Including the dragon, which I know I set up here. Okay, they're actually a T-72 right there, so we already know kind of what we're going to face. Why not get some really good artillery set up right here? And then when we move in, hopefully we can do some real damage to their... they've basically picked their battle. They want Nuevo Laredo. That's where the first battle is going to happen. Looks like they have some tanks. Oh, some T-80s. All right, we are not going to be... This is going to be a good battle. Okay, let's see. Trying to catch up on chat. Oh yeah. So I could probably be offering tech abroad. It's true. We actually got everyone to buy those things. We're still negative. So I don't know what our negative money in situation is now. Like, what the hell happened here? Is the treasury going crazy? Well, look, we have one solution, and that is to continue asking for more loans. We're still not in debt as much in debt as other people are. And look, as soon as we take Mexico, I hope we can just kind of let our, take our foot off the gas pedal and let the economy recover. We can probably go about just scrapping some units. And I hate to say it, but I'm looking at the F-117s. They are so damn expensive for what you get out of them. Which is not that... remember, the F-111... The Aardvarks, the G, is probably more capable from a mission standpoint as long as it's not lost. And if I can just kind of guarantee air superiority, that won't help me against the ground targets. So I guess that's what you might want like one of these just for anti-air attacks. But okay, yeah. So let's reorient our forces. So one is going to move. Feels like this is the right place. And I probably want to move my Super Hercules out of here. Maybe over here. We'll leave my 3 and 4 here. That's fine. 2. It's going to go... So we have 4 there already, and this is 2 more. That's fine. We could do that. Honestly, they can go here as well. And the scout, we don't want there anymore. We'll move him over here. We don't need this helicopter here. He can be anywhere, so just move him. Nobody with damage yet. Oh, I'm still constructing aircraft. Good point. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to have to roll off. I probably don't need anything more than this. We're producing those, so let's just cancel the entire... Hey, look, this is what the game is... I love this part of the game. This is what makes it so fun. Guess what? We're canceling 10 of our 12 F-35 production series. And in our case, we're lucky we don't get penalized for the economy of scale standpoint. But yeah, I mean, it's still pretty cool. So we're not going to be building anything, not going to build anything. And then these are done in one day, and that should hopefully decrease our military budget a fair amount. These are also pretty expensive from a maintenance standpoint, but at least we won't be building them. And how expensive are they? By the way, we're going to have them. Ooh, maybe I should get some of these. 612 versus... What did I build? The C's? I did. Yeah, so they're about half the price, but these are actually very good. Man, these are... Okay, I don't blame myself for building the F-35. It's a very, very good aircraft. It's perfect for us. It is exactly multi-role. It will solve a lot of our problems. It'll be better than anything that the Mexicans are going to bring against us as far as air superiority goes. And it'll also function very well in its support, CAS role, combat air support. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy about that. Air defense sites. We're going over to our dear friends in California, seeing if we can convince them to maybe spend some more money. Yeah, we'll let them even have artillery improvements. That's not that much money. Modern tank tech is... Yikes. Laser gyro stabilizers is 4.5 billion. Excuse me. Future stealth fighters is even more. It's funny that they already have the F-22, I believe. I might do this just to see how much... Okay, I can get 1.1. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll see if they bite. F-15 and F-18s are not an option. We do have F-16Cs as our support strike aircraft. And right now we have our F-15Cs as our air superiority. That's our 1-2 punch. We only have 2 F-16s and we have 4 F-15s. Yeah, the 4 F-15s are going to very easily maintain air superiority, even without our F-22. But we do have 2 F-22s. We also have these 2 117s, the Nighthawk. That's the stealth bomber. Well, stealth, I guess stealth tactical bomber. It's not the B1 or the B2, but And then what else do we have? I think that's it. The funny thing is I can't even send any of my stuff. Okay, we haven't gotten a response yet, but I can't even send any of my stuff into port because I don't actually own a naval base. So what I probably need to do here is just continue building the seaport. Yeah, let's resume constructing the seaport. I know it'll be a bit expensive, but once I have a place I can store all these ships, they can all go on reserve. And I think that's going to be helpful. Again, helicopters don't need to be on airfields. They just are treated as normal units. You just supply them normally. Okay, good. We got something, which is good. We really got to stay further ahead of the budget, crisis here. 89% taxes. I think that's just, as far as I know, that's pretty standard for Texas. Texans love their taxes, I've been told. Maybe. We might need to actually deploy our... Okay, yeah, again, these guys are on airfields, but they don't need to be. Maybe I have this one Kiowa warrior assist on the west. Could be helpful. Yeah, okay, we'll do it. It might be a good thing to keep over here to kind of scout. Cool, we have some discussion about the F-22 and F-35. Yeah, Wolf Canada, we have there's a very knowledgeable person who knows all about the Royal Canadian Air Force. Who sometimes talks about things. It's always cool to listen to him. Okay, so let me see what we want to do with our Bradleys here. I don't think we want Bradleys here because I think that they're more supply hungry than the M113s, at least Okay, based on my knowledge, they should be. So I'm going to move them over here. And we don't have... I think the Bradley should actually be heading down here to Reynosa, where one, we expect we might encounter some armor, so we want the Abrams there, but even the first unit that... Okay, M1A1, that's interesting, isn't it? I think I'm going to keep the M1A1 over here, part of my M1A2 response force. So we have 5 Pattons and then 3 Abrams. One of them the A1 and 2 of them the A2s. I feel like we actually have probably overdone it over here. The Dragon needs to get going. You belong like way over here. Ding dong. It's gonna take him a while to get there. Let's see, Recon. This is looking pretty good. Okay, we do have 2 Stingers here, but I don't think Stingers are gonna be able to keep up with the mobile push. So I'm gonna move these Stingers. Hopefully they can get over there. One of the things I was considering, actually, I might want to do it in this case. Let me cancel this order. I'm just gonna move these guys by airplane. It's just, I think this might be inefficient, but let's just do it. Oop. Okay, so move over here. It'll be kind of fun to show it off anyway. So we can load into as soon as it lands. Oh. Oh my, there's no airbase here. Okay, well that's funny, isn't it? No, you cancel your orders. Did I cancel it? I did. No, I didn't. Okay, go back down there. Can you land? Oh, that's pretty far away. Damn it. Well, okay, I can do this. There's still a way we can do this. We can load them into the supply truck. And then... This is how it would really work. I mean, this might be a little too much. I know that there's shortcuts you can do, like some kind of shortcuts, but... Okay. They don't fit? How heavy are these? 76 tons. And my heavy supply truck... Yep, took them both. Good. Okay, move up here, heavy supply truck. You should be able to do that a lot faster. Then I'll I'll unload them there. In fact, I'll just give the order to unload. Nope. You. Unload here. I think I can shift click as well. Shift, right click. No, it doesn't work that way. I think I have to do like unload, right click. No, I know for movement you can give waypoints, but I guess you can't give multiple different orders. Oh, interesting. Finnish Jaegers, alive and well, moderating away. Part of the idea was to have the platform share parts across each version A, B, and C. Yeah, that's right, Lightning. Yeah, so Lightning sounds like he knows his stuff. Great to have you in here, Lightning. By the way, Lightning, have you played this game, Supreme Ruler? I know that you have your channel has been active off and on Factorio type stuff and like that. Also, I guess the big one is Star Citizen. Okay, South China is also declaring war on new places. Diplomatic offer. I think we have to take this. They are requesting money. That's like the one thing we cannot afford. We're going to have to reject that. In fact, we're probably going to have to go through another little round of who wants our stuff. We could start selling our... I mean, I don't really feel comfortable... Okay, what about selling the F-16C? This is... I'm going to go ahead and do it because I feel a little bit desperate. Just get this out there. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Everyone's loving the F-16C too. That seems like a good moneymaker. And it'll give them, like I said, it'll give even though they're our enemies, it'll give them really a fighting shot against us. Because New Mexico fell pretty easily, and we should be like ratcheting up in power. I mean, at least after we take Mexico, I assume we really will be. And look at these guys have the FA-18 already, so that's awesome. Still, if you want the F-15, please feel free to buy it from me. Or F-16. Okay. So things are looking a little bit better. We have our forces kind of spreading along the border. Okay, we have Bradley's here. Bradley's coming in. How do we want to do this then? So, we have a river crossing here. Then we go to Matamoros. These are all probably going to have a pretty good garrison. Looks like they're actually entrenching into Reynosa. Okay. Excuse me. And Casus Belli has almost reached 70%, which is the maximum we can get. Okay, so we're going to move in really hard here. Murals are fine. Linebacker good. We'll probably take this. Let me take actually the linebacker down here. Not enough AA in my opinion, but we'll be okay with the F-15s. One of the APCs. Let's have these guys actually. Well, it looks like we have a strong push we can take from over here. This is probably where I would want my supply vehicle. Okay, by the way, our supply vehicle is probably finished its job here. You can see it moved the stingers up there. We move it back by hand, no problem. And now we can load these guys, the Stinger, they're on their long mission. Load them into the Hercules. Pick the Hercules. And as soon as those what? Hercules, how much cargo? Oh my god, the Hercules. Oh, Hercules, it only has 54 tons of cargo. So the Hercules, no, it has 108. Oh, did it take one of them? No, what is going on, Hercules? I must have misread. Oh, it says you only have 54 tons of cargo. Cargo capacity 108. What does it all mean? So they definitely did not load in. And these are 76. This is one thing, of course, the game would really benefit from is cleaning up the interface here. Obviously, it's a little bit weird that, you know, the numbers are not all matching. I think I'll take this one and move it somewhere over here. But for the most part, it looks like we're getting people where we want them to go. Like, look at these stupid Stingers. It's going to take freaking forever. They're so slow. I probably should just buy more 5 kilometers per hour. Oh my god. I probably need to buy some more heavy supply trucks. Like, out of anything to do. By the way, how's my military money now? It used to be like it used to be over 400 million or 400 billion. Now it's under. And I think that's because we're not producing F-35s anymore. Which, by the way, we now have. That's very cool. What do we have? Let me pause. What do we have in reserve? We have motorized engineers, and we have 1 Bradley. This is the Bradley we actually took from New Mexico. So that's pretty cool. We'll throw it into this attack over here. We'll leave the motorized engineers. These, I think, are extremely low cost, 7 million, as opposed to like a Bradley being 300 million. There's a very specific US-only unit for motorized engineer, which is just so good. And there's motorized engineer, and then there's engineer-motorized. Hilariously, these are almost the exact same thing, except for one is extremely cheap. So you can see they actually tell us we should be using the engineer motorized. But this one is like not quite 10, but almost 10 times the maintenance for almost the exact same stats. So actually, wherever this engineer motorized is, I want to scrap it because it's... Oh, it's the one I started with. Okay. Well, I mean, I hate to say this. We could probably just sell it. So let me just select you and tell you to go to reserve. Reserve. Yeah, we'll actually sell this unit. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so Lightning asks 105 tons of fuel. So I'm only briefly scanning every now and then the chat, but it's 105 tons of supply, but that's also... I mean, I think that this is just a mistake. So the supply truck, for example, has 800 tons. Sorry, that's its weight? Yeah, its weight is 800 tons. The cargo is 500 tons. Cargo capacity is 240. Okay, yeah, I've only worked with a few aircraft, like the Stratotanker, and those numbers I thought were equal, but yeah, this is huge. 240 cargo capacity is not like anything like the 500 tons of cargo capacity we see here. So this this heavy supply truck can basically do everything. Okay, well, you know what? Speaking of doing everything, I don't want to waste time, but we'll get them back up here. We'll get those 2 Stingers loaded in, and we'll ship them off. Okay, so who rejected it? Utah rejected it. We got some good trade deals done, but not by Utah, and not by... Oh, no, just by Utah. So let's go to Utah and see if we can just get them to make any other deal. What were we doing? We give them the Abrams and our Block 60. So you'll 1.58, 1.058. What if I ask for slightly less than that? How about that? We'll take another $1 billion. You're feeding you're feeding the right people. We're basically feeding something like Hitler, since we're on a pretty I mean, everyone's like Hitler in this game. Not really. Forget I said anything about Hitler. But this, from the perspective that we're being very expansionistic, we're asking Utah to feed our ambitions for conquest. So yeah, in that sense, you can make the comparison with the mid-1930s Germany, Nazi Germany. Okay, we have 2 predators. I think predators are going to be useful on the west as well. Okay, you have arrived here. We do have a B2? Oh my god, no wonder my military costs so much. I did not have this B2 before. We got this, holy crap. Oh my gosh. These stats are the highest in the game that I've ever seen. The next closest thing I've seen is like the B-52H and the B-36 Peacemaker. Those are both like 10%, 20%, 30% lower than this. That's a very expensive, very expensive. I mean, have you seen what the other planes cost? They're like $1 billion a year, and this is $40 billion a year. Ooh. This might explain why we're having some problems, but hey, you know what the great thing about this thing is? It will almost single-handedly win us the war against Mexico. So we're going to keep it for now. We will reserve it the moment the war is over. This thing is definitely going into reserves. And yeah, Otter Holzhand says, I love the Peacemaker. The Peacemaker is like my favorite airplane in this game. In the Cold War start, the first thing I do is order like 40 B-36s. It's a bit expensive, but they destroy everything until like the 70s. The problem is the AI doesn't always update their technology and build new stuff, but anyway. If they did, the B-36 would run out of steam probably a little bit faster. Okay, we have another Predator here. Just lining up all our chickens before we launch our campaign. We'll definitely want at least one down there so we can get some vision over here. That was that Predator. We have a Super Hercules. How many of these do we have? We can also, if you ever want to see what kind of units you have, I can go to the filter thing here and sort by... So we have 2 total. One is down here, and... What is this guy doing? He was probably over here originally, wasn't he? Oh, this is a J, and then I think we got the 130F. We must have gotten that from New Mexico as well. Huh. Okay, well, there's nobody in this airfield, so go over there. And we have a Predator, which one is moving over there. Probably just move one here as well. Those are on the move. Yeah, I think we're actually getting close to the point where we can launch this attack. Okay. Scout. I mean, what's the range on this thing? 5,000 kilometers? Probably more than we need for anything for a while. At least until we... I mean, imagine we'll have to occupy new airfields. And that does remind me, by the way, I should have been repairing all the stuff that we've collected. Let's see. There we go. So I want to enable auto repair if any of those things are not repairing. But down here in Central America, I actually want to turn off disable structural auto repair here. I want to make sure we're not auto repairing. I mean, just this whole theater. We'll wait a little bit, but then we'll turn off auto repair because that's going to just bankrupt us. Man, we're just still losing a ton of money. I'd still like to get to the bottom of this. Treasury is costing a lot of production. Production. So it looks like we're losing... Where are we losing a lot of our money from? Yeah, defense is below 400. Production is up to 580. Is that higher or lower? I don't even remember. So hopefully we're selling uranium now. I'm putting this in my minister's hands. I'm also hopefully selling military goods. But yeah, I mean, this is not a good situation to be losing... Yeah, 1.5 billion a day. So we have essentially 2 days before we are out. Oh, yes! Now this is something I can deal with. They want me to pay a slightly worse than normal rate to exchange rubber for uranium, except... Now how are we doing on rubber? Still a little bit over, so let's go and just shut down one more synth plant. There we go. Okay, good. And hit escape so we don't accidentally click on something. Oh, man. Okay, so we got this supply truck here. Let's load these. I chose the, not load unit, but load into. There we go. They can't load into the Hercules, right? Just want to make sure before before they have to go the really long way. Okay, we know that they'll load into that, and there it is. Supply truck is now carrying both of those stingers. We'll probably go and pick up some other stingers on the way, like here. Just meet me here. Let these guys keep moving since they're already going there. And we have this one Orion, which I thought I was going to move over. I didn't actually do it, though. That's right. Here? Yeah, let's move it there. And those are pretty good starting positions for us. I guess the only thing I'm a little leery of is we don't have any... We don't really have much... Well, okay, do we want the Venom here? Not really. Oh, what's your... What is your carrying capacity? 77? Oh my gosh, a Stinger's like exactly one less than that. Or 3 less than that. If I'm not mistaken, let's just verify. Yeah, these are 76. They're exactly 1 less than that. Okay, yes, the Venom can now work on transporting people for the rest of its life. Very good. Oh yeah, thanks you. Okay, so that's why that explains everything. This is a KC-130. The other ones I have are actually probably capable of doing the lifting. How much are these? 240. Yeah, so these can easily carry these Stingers. We're getting close enough that I can probably just have them go. So okay, let's have one of them. First of all, just move here. Just have one of these guys cancel moving. And then whoever canceled is going to load into my Venom. It worked. The Venom is going to go unload. So you can do all this stuff if you want. I mean, obviously it's a little bit painful. We'll unload a Stinger there. And then we'll come back. Oh, we actually had a research breakthrough. Fantastic. Digital social services. That's good. And now what are we researching? It'll be real-time communication. Military efficiency is up. That seems like a good one to me. There's still a lot of tech. A lot of tech that we have to go through. And I'm pretty much going to shelve anything which is not society tech right now. Finished good ore demand minus 10%. Output of industrial goods up 2%. That's good. Urban heat, population petrol used minus 10%. City power generation up 10%. That's good. Output of agriculture plus 15%. That seems really good. Let's do that one next. I mean, we'll wait one day. Oh my god, we're just losing money so quickly. Who wants to buy stuff? You know what? This is just the magnitude of my genius. We're going to sell stuff to Mexico. They're at the point where it won't matter anyway. There's no way that they could make use of any of the technology before we go to war, so... This is just my... I'm extending an olive branch, Mexico. And if you don't want to take it, then I don't understand who you are anymore. And we'll probably just be so offended we have no choice but to declare war. So please don't make me do the unthinkable. It's in your hands. Oh, okay. California accepted. That's at least going to help us with somewhat with our rubber issues. Okay, again, the same kind of issues over here. Just need to sell some quick tech to anybody who's willing to buy it. Maybe you want the block 6 as well. Oh, Mexico accepted. But you didn't accept it for enough money, so I'm still going to have to declare war on you. What is this dragon doing here? You know what? Just load. I don't understand what's going on, but just get in. We'll unload all of these guys at the Nuevo Laredo border. Now we unloaded our. We have an aircraft somewhere. I mean a helicopter somewhere. Is it here? Yeah. So this Venom needs to go back up and pick a. Let's get one of these Stingers just to sit there. And then we're going to have to start ferrying some down to the south. So what about Mexico? What if we give them some designs? You want to take some of our designs? They already have the block 660? What? Goodness. Just need a little bit more money. Just a little bit. So grateful for your continued patronage. Illinois, I don't know why. Illinois is just like my friend. I will give them everything. And look at that. Up to 3.6. Woo! We're going to make it. We should probably also be taking more loans. But anyway. Okay, so... Is it time yet? I think it's almost time. What time is it? Seriously, it's 5 o'clock. Okay, good. I'm on the Pacific coast, so... 5 o'clock here. Egypt declared war on Ghana. No, yeah, Egypt is just... They're going crazy. There's no way to stop them now that Israel's not there. So we have the M6, the M113's here, the M60's here. Let's put another basically I want this one completely full, so we'll max that one out. The Abrams are here, which is good. They're the support Abrams. This looks really good. Very happy with this situation over here. No air support, but hopefully we just win that battle. Okay, so this is... what are you good at? You just a refueler? Yeah, what I'm going to do is actually... I'm going to sell this thing. Okay, who do we want to sell to? We want to sell to California. California are probably our closest friends. So we're going to try to sell them the engineer motorized and we have a Black Hawk. It's kind of interesting to see what we have in reserve. And I don't know why we have these things in reserve, but oh my gosh, we could sell them. We could sell them our F-35s. Oh man, we don't want to. I'm not a huge fan of some of these aircraft. We'll keep them from now, but that might be a route we go as well. And this has got to be going. $2 billion. It's so much money. Oh my gosh, so much money. Oh my gosh, they'll give me 1.498. Oh my gosh. I will take it. All right, we got to sell more stuff more often. I don't think I need a refueler. Oh, they did it. Oh, hooray. So off those parts go to the US or to California. We really need this to finish so we can... Okay, it's only 6 days remaining. That's not bad. 6 more days, then we can actually reserve our ships, which should help with maintenance as well. We're eking into it. Yeah, I'm not really interested in the recon capacity of the helicopters. In fact, that's probably what a lot of my helicopters... I think the Kiowa Warrior is also reconnaissance, right? It does have some decent, at least reasonable offensive capabilities. Let's look at what the other... basically like 76 compared to 52. So they are better than the Predators. Predators are almost impossible to kill. 400 versus 100. Yeah, those Predators are pretty expensive. I am still producing rubber. But now I'm actually at a small deficit, which is good. And this used to be 4,900 if I'm not mistaken, so I think our costs are coming down a bit. How are we doing overall? So agriculture is just a big blah. Big gross blob. Timber, we're right at even, so, you know, they take it or leave it. Not a big deal. Petroleum, we are producing a lot, and I'd like us to be selling this, but okay. Coal, we're now overproducing. That's probably because the New Mexican coal stuff has kicked in, and we are overproducing with the means of selling. Yeah, our metal ore production is probably where we're... So is this, by the way, where are my trades per day? There should be a way of looking at my trades per day. There we go. So we sold consumer goods, but we had to buy... Yeah, we bought rubber. We bought timber, and we bought only a very... So metal ore is what? Really cheap? It's not. What the hell? I feel like metal ore is where we need to go. What's our unemployment at? 4%. Supply. I think we're going to try to build some more metal ore. Because we're not doing it... I mean, the situation's not horrible for like our cost efficiency. Yeah, so like this is 61%. We'll build a ton more in the existing location. That makes sense to me. Do we have any other? We have like no metal ore anywhere. Okay, that's fine. One thing I probably would do, let's see, this is 62, this is 61, 64. That means this must be, okay, good. So I'm going to do this as well. Oh my gosh, we have the entire, all 6 there. And then just to make sure supply is getting there nice and easily. Yeah, I wanted to do this. Okay, good. So that's something else for us to spend our money on. Hopefully it'll pay dividends. I don't know how much that'll help. We still have these uranium mines that are building. It's going to take 60 more days. Hopefully the war will be over by then. Knock on wood. Okay, so I think we're going to take just a 5-minute break so I can rest my voice for a second, get another drink, and then we're going to go to war. So it's time. And oh my gosh, this was not on a coaster. No. I love this game though. This game is so cool. Yeah, so are we all set though? I mean, we have not, actually we're not ready quite yet because we haven't aligned. Let's finish doing this. Load into the Huey, or the Venom, but it's basically a Huey. Unload down here. The 60-day war. Well, I mean, I really hope we finish in 60 days. Considering the New Mexican war took us like, what? It was probably like 20 days. Actually, with 20 days, I get that this one with Mexico could go on for a whole year. Which means we probably won't finish it in this stream. Is there anything else, by the way? Okay, so this is petroleum. Military complex and a research center, so we don't really want to get rid of that. It's a little bit sad that it's off. I probably should just build a railroad up to that. Yeah, I think we'll do it. Okay, how do I want this to work? Probably like this. Okay. Just get some more railroads going on, so we're connecting some more parts. Probably this railroad should eventually go all the way up and connect with this kink. I'd just like a nice infrastructure. Can I get my Navy involved at all? I mean, looks like they're going to have to. Mexico's not going to give us a choice. Yeah, we'll get our Cheyennes out there then. They should make short work of those. We're going to try to hide our... some of our things. Oh, we have all of our parries. Those should be good. A Wasp, which we don't have anything... I guess we could put helicopters on it, but... Oh, you know what we can do? We can put F-35s on this thing, which is exactly why I got the C. it just doesn't have enough damage on its own to really risk sending it out there. So I'd rather, you know what I probably should do before we go to war is the things I need to, or I not need, but I want to eventually put into reserve. Should leave them over here. Cheyenne is good to go. We'll leave this one as well. Probably some of these will be sold. And then Oliver Perry as well we'll just send out. I'm pretty sure my Oliver Perry can take down whatever patrol boat that is. We'll probably find out. That exchange successful. Okay, so yeah, Illinois took all that and gave us some money. It's fantastic. Harpoons, that's right. I do have harpoons. You're right. Or I think I do. They have, which can fit on my, probably on my F-16s. I have 35s. Oh no, okay. The F-22 can't load any missiles. Interesting. So that they have like abstracted all of its capabilities into the raw values. Huh. I wonder if those, like, I mean, like external, maybe they think of that as like external missiles and that would interfere with its stealth capabilities. That B2 is going to be so good. Okay, all right. So you're down here. You have deployed Venom. We actually, actually the Dragon might be too heavy to fit. And those Stingers are finally getting here. Where did I put my supply vehicle? There it is. So get this guy to run back up north as well. We want to ferry some Stingers further south, and we don't want to do it waiting. What are the goals for the war with Mexico? Basically, it's to go down and take the capital city. So I'm going to go in on this road, and we'll probably... So the first, like... Okay. How do I want to do this from a wave standpoint? I think the first wave is going to be... First objective is Chihuahua. First objective on the west is going to be to link up here and have those guys both take over Monclova. Objective for here is to have the Nuevo Laredo arm move in and close on the border of Monterrey. Just to hopefully stifle any action down these roads. Maybe we can set up a good defensive point. Around this line, we'll probably leave something just defensive guarding this road, hoping that the Nuevo Laredo line comes in and helps that. First objective here is just to take all the cities along this line, including this one, and prepare. Well, I don't know if we'll push to, what is this, San Fernando? I don't know if we'll push through San Fernando first, or if we'll rest after taking the Reynosa area. But there it is. Monterrey's on the coast. Jotzi, I think there's a Monterey over here, isn't there? Isn't there a Monterey on the west coast as well? Oh, is that maybe I might be thinking of Ensenada. Huh, that's what I'm thinking of. Sorry. Okay, so let's keep moving, Mr. Dragon. Oh yeah, and that's the big question. Yeah, you're 82 tons, so I cannot load you. I can't load you into the supply vehicle. Heavy supply truck. Okay, so let's get you to go over and help this stupid dragon, which just cannot move itself for beans. Otherwise, we're basically ready. And again, I'm going to have to pause and get a drink before we begin this, but I haven't really set this up well yet. Let's try to do that first. Okay, so what do we want? Taking Nuevo Laredo. I think that they have some armor there. No, it actually moved away. Stingers on the front. Probably not all the Stingers. Let's move one Stinger down here. The thing is, I don't really think I need my Stingers. Honestly, what I probably should do is reserve all my Stingers and just sell them. Sell them to someone who I don't want to face, because Stingers are still useful against me. Like, sell them to, like, Japan or something. Oh, yeah, there is a Monterey in California. Sure. I definitely know that. They have a nice golf course. Yeah. And, yeah, I visited there recently. But there's... Maybe that's the only Monterey in Mexico, then. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see what you guys are saying. Monterey on the coast is California. Right. Sell the Stingers, buy some mobile AA. Yeah, I don't even think I'm not even going for mobile AA. I think our air superiority is just sufficient. And we'll find out. I mean, I haven't really looked at this. By the way, I meant to talk about more about the casualties. This is so cool. So we can see as Texas in our war against New Mexico. And let me just show dead regions as well. So New Mexico lost 12,300 people. And of course, they lost all the territory. And that's exactly the amount of territory we gained. And we lost 3,400 people. So about slightly less. I mean, it's between 3 and 4 times. The casualty ratios in our war were about 3.5 to 1, 4 to 1. That's a very good ratio considering these are two modern armies fighting each other, right? I don't know. I don't remember what it was in the second Desert Storm or first Desert Storm. First Desert Storm, I guess. I think the casualty ratios were even like by a factor of 10 more lopsided. But this is Texas fighting New Mexico. I mean, it's American troops fighting American troops. You expect them to be putting up a pretty good fight. So I think we managed it pretty well. You can see a lot of people are at war right now. And I'm showing the dead regions, but I'm going to put those away now. Man, poor Israel. They lost 230,000 people. And Egypt has been involved in several wars, is still involved in a war, and only lost 145 in the sum of all their wars. So you can see also here the total army staff they currently have. Texas. Oh, interesting. We only have 96,000. Huh. It's quite low. I did not expect that to be so low. Anyway, our kills are 37. Our losses, these are units, not the abstracted. This is an abstracted number. It doesn't mean anything, but I mean, it actually does. It's taken from your military pool, but it doesn't matter that much. So we killed 37 units. We lost 5. So we don't need to look at New Mexico because we know theirs is going to be 4 and 37. So we lost 1 unit to something. Might have been an aircraft that I moved out of range or something. I don't know. Anyway, still, it's interesting, right? I love looking at the military stuff. So let's turn off the dead regions because we'll very soon be at war with Mexico. I guess we can look at Mexico real fast. Let's see. Can we sort by name? Let's see how we're comparing with them. So Mexico, they have about double our military staff. Less of our production, although they do have 2 naval production that we don't. Anyways, very cool. I really love seeing that, like the abstracted. I don't know how they got the casualties to be so. They feel pretty accurate. They feel like really accurate. Like 3,000 men dying in a war is like insane in the year 2000. That's a lot of people dying. Like how much has the U.S. lost through all of Afghanistan? Not that much. You know, it's news when like 10 people die. You know. Okay. So I think that's what I was doing. I wanted to make sure that we got these guys all ready. Load into. I think there's a faster way of doing all this, by the way, but I'm just not that knowledgeable. Okay, then we'll unload this guy. This is probably a good person to put there, just a dragon, to hold the road against armored. Yeah, that's true, Jachi. I mean, it's a different ballgame when it's like, it's not counterinsurgency. Okay, should we just declare war? Are we like more or less set? No, I don't think so. By the way, I do want 1 stinger here. Let's move one of these guys back. I mean, my air base is right here, so I probably don't need it, but at the same time, it's also a great reason to want to defend this area. And these guys are going to steamroll pretty quickly. Let's move my Bradleys in as well. Not the Recon Bradley. Recon Bradley stays off. Probably like 1 behind. It's kind of an emergency unit. Otherwise, the other Bradleys will move in. Artie stays behind, and the Venom is going to transport troops. So let's move him here. Actually, wait. You have room. Why don't you stop? And load up. Okay, I think they're already in there. Yeah, just load up some troops. Going my way? Yes, I am. Oh, no. There's no more room? No, we got 2 of them in there. We have 342 remaining. Yeah, we have plenty of room. Get in. And somebody can take the helicopter. Did you already get loaded? No. Well, whatever. We'll just leave the helicopter. I'm going to move it all the way back over here because that's where I want it. I don't even know if I really want it there, but I feel like the west area doesn't have as much air, and we want it to have a bit of air. So the Stinger, we'll just have it sit in the air base. The artillery, you know, we'll have the artillery sit here. Actually, have that sit there. Oh, we're negative on money again. What did I want to do? Sell to anybody? Is there anybody who hasn't bought my stuff? Alaska. Dang you, Alaska. Why don't you just sell some stuff? I mean, buy some stuff. Like tanks. And these things. They don't have any money. That was kind of pointless. Florida. You look like you could use some Block 60s. South Carolina. What about you? Anything? You want anything? Please buy. Buy. We're selling at discounted rates. We're desperate for your money. Oh boy. Probably get some rejections there because I'm not micromanaging. You can just set it for a little bit less than what they want, and then they'll take it. But okay. Reviewing cabinet priorities. We could focus on this, but really what we want to do... okay, I actually do want to increase the treasury. Okay, yeah, we do want to do this. Increase the treasury as well. No, we don't want to issue bonds, so I'm not going to do that. That's probably the only thing we want to do is just increase revenues. Technically, I want to increase the GDP, but you know, that's a long way. That's a long way coming. I've already done all those things like decrease social spending. I mean, yeah. Low income tax relief, law enforcement. No, don't want any of these things. Just want increased revenue. That's it. That's the only thing I ask of you is just increase my revenue. Okay. Do not open new messages when they arrive and delete that message. Okay, good. So we actually did get all those people to buy the money. Okay, that's it. This will be our quick 2-minute break. And then I'll come back and we'll begin the war. I think we're... Wait, are we ready? Let me keep it going just for a little bit longer. I think we're good, though. We're good here. So you have what in you? 2 dragons, 2 stingers. That's probably okay if we just unload those guys here. Wait, how much space do you have? 149. Perfect. No, don't go yourself. Load into this guy. It'll be faster. I'll put a stinger here because it's nearby. We should probably get these guys manned. Okay, so we have a lot of... Okay, we want the one M113 there. We don't want the Abrams on the front. We already have a stinger here, though. We'll take 1 Merles and 1 normal artillery, a normal tank. We'll take a normal Bradley. Just really it's a little bit of everything. This is already really well occupied. I think we need more stuff down here. Okay, we'll put another Bradley here. This will be the Bradley road. Yeah, we'll put the tanks here because those will meet the main road faster. So all of these tanks are going to go here. We'll take the arty right here. Looks like a good place for it with the stingers. Again, we can do... Bradley can also defend this road. Yeah. So really good. Okay, so we'll put them here. 4 Bradleys. We have a linebacker, which will help us against any anti-aircraft threats. I mean, against any aircraft threats. The strikers will move... Oh, what are the strikers going to be? These are actually really good in the cities, so we'll move them 1 on each side. Bradleys are actually not as good in the cities. 22, 28, versus, I mean, close combat versus, okay, so it's 22, 22. Okay, the Bradleys are good. That's good. I'm happy to see that. The strikers could have been good in maybe like urban combat because Bradleys are bigger targets, I think. But no, that's not the case here. Let's get the Bradleys all lined up. You're lining up there, and you're heading over here. We don't actually want the supply truck on that road. Since this is going to be the longest road down, this one I think, we'll put our supply truck up here. Morals are there. Oh, we already have a supply truck. Oh, good. Wait, is this the supply truck I borrowed from the west? Damn it. It is. Okay, so we do need to move up here. So you are going to move here, and where's the other supply truck? You are gonna, you don't have any people, so you're gonna move over here. That's where I need you. Oh, I thought the striker had a lower profile. I stand corrected if that's not true. I'm used to the Bradley like sticking way up, especially with those pods. But I've never seen them side by side. I'm just judging that based on, you know, what I think. This looks like a very potent... In fact, with those Bradleys... Okay, so but at the same time, they are positioning some stuff over here. So I actually want... I'm going to want a tank over here. Let's get 2 Abrams as backup. Okay, we only have 1 dragon. That's not what I wanted. Let's get the Stinger moving that way. Okay, I didn't quite do this perfectly. Let me get 1 artillery to hold the road there. Okay, that looks fine. So I only have 1 dragon? I mean, I only have 2 dragons total. We can actually see at any point in time what we have deployed. Just got to go to the anti-tank. Should be right here. Yeah, we have 3. Oh, this guy's still in the helicopter. Okay, perfect. So that's what he's doing. Unload here. So I want those guys to be all together. Good, we're pretty much done. Which means it took us another half an hour to set up our armies. Has a bit of that Hearts of Iron 3 feel. You know, when you manually micromanaged all your front lines. And because we did make this more efficient, we actually are lacking a road here. This supply vehicle is going to have to go off-road. But it doesn't matter. We have the B2 over here, which means that we're not worried about anything on this road. This thing is just going to eat them alive. It's going to just absolutely decimate them. I don't even know if the Mexicans are going to have anything capable of detecting her from an air standpoint. Although, yeah. So if we're not... Okay, so we have 5 billion, a small reserve. I might have to do a little more tech trading to get us by, or, you know, more bond issuing, which is kind of okay with me. I don't want to do it too much, but I think we're at the point where I can declare war. A striker. We'll put that to the front. Speaking of wars. Ooh. Oh! Oh! Okay, so what I'll do is... Oh, man, we have no vision. I really wish I could hack a relationship with South Korea or Japan just to give us visibility. It'd be really fun to watch that go down. So I'll leave you guys to think about the fact that Japan and China are now at war. And in the meantime, I'm going to take my quick break. I'll be right back. Okay, that's hilarious. The timing was perfect. Unplanned, but my wife and kids have arrived back, so probably won't be able to take this too far into our war, but we will get it started. By the way, I had music lined up. I didn't. Did music play over the little break there? I don't know if it did or not. Had something lined up and everything. Oh, I see a nice, interesting discussion going on about. Oh, it looks like they have 35 still. No music. Dang it. Where is it? It's my what I consider my elevator music. It's not this one, but this one's pretty funny too. Oh man, where is it? Is this it? No. Oh well, I can't find it, but it's somewhere in here. I'll have to look it up next time. It's nice. It's kind of gives you the feeling of elevator music. Okay. That's right, the Hamilton songs. That was so worth it that one day, even though it got my video it was just absorbed into MGM's monetary contributions. But, so, and everyone, well, I mean, you won't be able to say anything, but thank you to Mrs. Tortuga for being so helpful, providing me with some time to stream. Okay, let's do this. I think we're, yep, 75%. I thought 70% was the max you could do with tensions, but they might also be doing little things to provoke. So we're going to turn off that. And how do we want to start this off? Do we want any of our airplanes in the air? Probably. Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen with this. That's so interesting, though, that it was northern China, right? Northern China and Japan? That's just, like, really interesting. Manchuria is its own place, though, so northern China, how? They still have a serious population, but I guess southern China should be the more valuable one. I mean, they are by population almost double. Okay, anyway, here we go. Do I want to launch airplanes first? Okay, my fighters are right here, so really we have to take Ciudad Acuna. We have to take this first because it's going to be, our bombers are just going to constantly hit it anyway. So when we declare war, immediately we'll just be, I mean, just immediately we'll be bombing that. Do we want our Nighthawks to do anything? Look at it, we're paying the maintenance on them anyway. They might as well do something. I'm guessing that Nuevo Laredo will be our target. Let's go ahead and dump all our people into position now. Nuevo Laredo is actually not that, I don't have that many people in this area. I guess we might have to use some of our Bradley. I mean, we have probably too many Abrams here. Let me shift 2 further south, because we just don't know what's going to happen over there. Okay, we don't need a striker on... Actually, this striker... We won't go to war exactly this moment, because we're going to do a quick shuffling of a few more things. The AA Avenger is good here, and we will have 2 Abrams in this initial attack. So we're going to be crossing, we won't be crossing the river here, that's good. So we will be able to enter Nuevo Laredo pretty quickly. Same thing with, nope. For Ciudad Acuna, we need to, okay, we need this, we need to take this bridge immediately, which we will. Over here, we'll immediately be at war, and I think we're going to win that, like, very convincingly. I think Ciudad Juarez is going to be, I don't know if you guys have seen this movie about the drug cartels or whatever, what was it called? It's pretty good, though. I liked it. It actually came out with a sequel, and the sequel was okay, but... so yeah, we have our artillery in position. Both of these should be... You can see the range is 44. And 41. Good. So a hex is 16 kilometers, which means they can shoot more than 2 kilometers. I mean, they can shoot 2 hexes. That's what we wanted. Looking good there. So the Stinger is going to stand off. My presence is being requested. Let's move these artillery up, though. I'll move the supply truck back. Really, we don't need the supply truck right at the front. The Stingers might just get eaten up. We need something a little more beefy than 2 Stingers there. I'm sorry. In fact, we really only want 1 Stinger, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we have a... This is really, truly the the most diverse... what would this be? These are like company-sized or whatever. This would probably be like either a battalion or division level. This is the most diverse division you've ever heard of. It's one of everything. And I think we're going to add another Abrams in. But I'm not too worried because they will merge with the forces from the north very quickly. And then that's going to be a pretty congested road in the end. So we don't need that many forces. They have less work to do. These guys have to clear a city, go over a bridge, clear a city, come back and link up. So they have a little more work to do. From the standpoint that we might even want not... Well, artillery is always good and recon's fine. Okay, so this is probably the perfect... It's not perfect. I mean, if I spent a couple hours min-maxing everything, I would come up with a very different disposition, I'm sure. But we're not going to do that, so... Abrams. Moving into a city, I don't think the Abrams is going to be as nice as the Striker, so move the Striker up. Oh, actually, these are... I don't know what level these are. Mr. Mangini. I've done this 1,000 times. Are these supposed to be battalion level or company level? Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm silly. We can kind of judge that based on the number of personnel. So 500 people. This is battalion. This is definitely more than a company, right? Because a company is like, yeah, a company should be like less sub 100. Because it would have like what 3 squads. 3 to 4 squads, maybe an additional attachment. Yeah, so this is battalion level. Okay, so we have support, our reserve Abrams. The Stinger got into position, but we don't need them there. Okay, so we're good to go. We are now good to go. So the B2 is going to do its first little operation. So at time now, it is at midnight on May 8th. So I actually want to time this a little bit better, just to be dramatic. At 3 a.m. on May 8th, we will get our air assets airborne. The declaration of war will be declared at 4 a.m. and the bombing will begin at 5 a.m. We'll give them 1 hour's notice because we're such good people. Okay, up you go. You don't even have to go to airport because you're right there. And then you are going to help with what? I guess there's active units in Reynosa, so we'll move you guys to Reynosa. And the Raptors will stay put. Do we want to equip like number 5 or anything? Do I want to hotkey anyone else? Is this done, by the way? Oh, it is. Okay, good. So we can... I don't know where the Mexicans are, but... Okay, we'll have 2 submarines and 2 Oliver Perrys. I might even put the Oliver Perrys together just to minimize the chance that we lose one. That would be a pain. Doesn't look like it. We're up against... What the hell? LC-1 Voyager class. Can somebody look up what this Voyager class is? I guess I can go to Mexico and look at their designs. No, I can't. I wonder what this Voyager class is. I do not know, but it looks relatively modern, which scares me a little bit. I mean, it looks very similar to my OHP, which means it might actually be a threat to my Cheyenne as well. This is... Okay, you know what? I think we're going to operate in packs here. Submarines certainly wouldn't normally, but in this game, you do get a benefit for doing so. So we'll operate in packs. 2 packs of 2. Let's get these guys all to go to reserve. I assume, yes, they can. Okay, good. So we can sell new things now as well. But we don't need to do that yet. We're wrapping up on time. Okay, we're airborne. It's 3 o'clock still. Our assets are airborne. Okay, looks like we're going to declare war at 4 a.m. Okay, we're going to declare war at 4 a.m. There it is. Declare war, and I guess the first shots will be fired at 4 a.m. because we're just going to start firing. Our guys we're right across the border. As soon as you declare war, they start going. Anyway, this is not where I'm supposed to be. All right, here we go. Viva Texas. Wait, that's the wrong language. Remember the Alamo. That was the wrong war. It's fine. We'll get it done. Okay, so here we go. Oh, by the way, yeah, that's what I need 5 to be, is my B2. Okay, go to Ciudad Juarez. Here we go! And we're live. Going to Reynosa. Raptors are fine, stationary. Move on Ciudad Juarez. Okay, you're moving over here. We're moving in. Now let's move up. And let's move up. Here we go. We're already in conflict at Piedras Negras. These are where the first shells of the war are going to be fired. We'll move in on Nuevo Laredo. Again, we're kind of doing a holding action here. I wonder if it's not better just to leave my troops at the river. I don't know if you get the river crossing bonus. Like, do you defend better on the river or do you defend better behind the river? This is something I don't actually know. God bless Texas. That's right. That's a good one. Here we go. All right. And we're active, so we're going to test out these. I'm going to probe them with the Cheyenne here. We do need to maintain control of our platforms. So for that reason, we're going to be a little bit more aggressive than I was originally going to be, just to try to protect our platforms. Our oil derricks. Okay, and then we can get some air missions up, but first, let's worry about this. Okay, so first shells fired at Piedras here. Oh man, so they're Timony BDX. Oh wait, Mangini says Voyager class. The only result I get is a cruise ship. Let's hope Google is right. I don't think so. Voyager class. They are missile capable, so they are at least a destroyer. Yeah, I don't think the Perry carries... Oh, it does have missiles. Huh. I'm a little worried. I'm definitely a little bit worried. Okay, well we're going to have to focus on a lot of things at once. First of all, Piedras Negras. I think this is going to be a quickly won battle. Our Patton's actually taking the first hit. No. Okay, now we're getting visibility. Okay. Oh, have we landed our hits yet? Nope, 99%. Let's make our move. Oh, we captured it. Oh my gosh, completely uncontested. Okay, we'll go park yourself for now, since you're probably very expensive to have on just patrolling. Looks like we've done a little bit of damage to their pack howitzer. We're moving forward now with all our Bradleys. I'm not going to move forward with my linebacker to start. Same thing over here. Strikers and Pattons going to move forward. Again, we're expecting more tank movement up this road, so that's why I have a heavy Patton deployment there, although get my Bradley to move with them as well, because that'll be a fight. And I don't, again, know whether it's best to hold at the river or beyond it, so I'm going to just hold beyond it. And we'll get all these guys to hold behind. That should be pretty easy to reinforce. Okay, Laredo's... We got garrisons now we're dealing with. We do see some. Here we go. Okay, this is your job. This is what you guys are for. It's what you're made for. F-16's going to get the kill. Oh yeah, look at that. Just right, just like that, 50% damage. That's what they're there for. Just doing exactly that. So we can begin our big move over here. It's kind of a silly thing to do. God, it's like, okay. Just make this control 0 for a second, and I'm going to do it like this. We have to like alternate every 2 so that I actually keep control. And then let's get the last 3. Sorry, let's do last 3 to go here. And let's get those other ones to go down there as well. I don't know where it was, somewhere down here. And then we'll get the supply truck on the road with the recon units. We'll move them like this far. This is probably where I want my helicopters to help out as well. And how's our supply over here? Pretty bad, it looks. Okay, it's not terrible. Just gonna move this unit forward a little bit so we have a little bit better reconnaissance. Okay, here we go. And now let's keep our eye on the prize over here. Turn supply back off. We're moving in nicely there. Moving nicely there. We are doing good damage. That howitzer's almost down. Let's get one of our Abrams to support this attack, because they do have some hard targets. Oh! Okay, what are we dealing with here? Tigers. Wonderful! I couldn't ask for anything more. Tigers we can deal with. I'm very happy to see tigers. Okay, you're only engaging air. You are engaging everything, which is fine. You guys are engaging. Good. Oh, how's our battle going over here, by the way? I see no damage, so we have no results yet, basically. Just keep moving. Somebody wants to give me a diplomat. Florida? Marco Rubio? Not the best deal. Are we short on rubber again? A little bit. Okay, well, let's just accept. Florida's good. Has been a good trade companion so far. So I think... Okay. Whoa. I hear lots of stuff. Kind of have to keep zoomed out. This is working well. West side is just very... Oh, yes. We got a kill. Way down here. And our F-15s haven't even taken a wink of damage yet. I believe that they're operating out of the Monterey Air Base. Just speculation, but I did see something go up. Let's look at the Atlas and see what we've already done. Let's sort by... Maybe by number of deaths still? Okay, so Mexico has already exceeded our deaths. And of course, this includes, I think, the original 3,400 or so that we started with. So they've already lost 9 units, and those are not garrisons; those are units. So they're not. That's not a promising start. I love our F-15s, man. This game is. Tell me this game isn't so cool. Okay, we are taking damage. Where are we taking damage from? All of our parries have really good range against submarines. Another reason why I'm pretty happy to... Okay, here we go. We're engaging here. And it looks like our OHPs are more than a match for the Voyager class, which is fantastic news. We'll bring our Cheyenne in to support. Doesn't look like... Okay, we got to manage like 4 different things at the same time, but that's fine. All right, we're moving forward. Oh, okay, where's our 2? These guys have a little bit of fuel left in the tank. Actually, quite a lot. We'll get them down here. Anytime I see these T-80s, I'm immediately going to divert my F-16s. Oh, we got a lot of targets here. So we need to redeploy the T-70 or the Abrams to fight these guys. And honestly, the Merles are going to be extremely helpful. Okay, Merles move forward. This entire group should move south. Oh, I think we already are. Okay, good. Let's go down here. Oh, I think we took it out. What do we have here? Colombian sub. Interesting. It's so cool that we can see them though, because we have all these things. The Cheyennes, the Perrys. These are all very good at detecting submarines. So that's pretty cool. Okay, we got that succeeded. We're at 5.3 billion still, so we're still looking okay there. So if you do every other hex, then you won't lose supply completely, because right now you can see that there's just 0 supply down this corridor. And what normally happens is if you have 0 supply and the enemy has higher supply, so basically if the enemy has much higher supply, they'll kind of gobble up your territory, but they won't do that if, as in this case, you have a unit every other hex. It's kind of like a manual logistics system. I don't know if the game is supposed to be played this way, but it can be played this way. Okay, well, let's also get our Avenger up towards the front because we don't have any other AA in this area. And again, we'll start moving in the artillery and stuff. If we encounter anything that isn't in the air, we're certainly going to be in prime condition to take it out with our B2 on basically on standby. F-16s are going to work. Oh yeah, they took out a T-72. Going after the other one now. Oh yeah, get it done, get it done. Come on, one more hit. Oh, almost got it. Okay, we took the city over there. All right, we made good advances over here as well. So keep putting the pressure on. I don't want my city. I'm going to take my Bradley, I think, and maybe 2 Pattons to actually take the city. And this looks good. We'll move into Ciudad Rio Bravo. All right, I mean, not too surprisingly, but things are going very well right now. And we definitely want our Stingers moving close by so that we have the air support. Obviously, our Eagles have just been wonderful. Let's pull them back off because they're providing reconnaissance, which is interesting. And you can see there's going to be a flood of units. We might even need to shift the B2 over to the east if this keeps happening like this. Because this is a very active front. Okay, taking the city. Same idea here. I'm going to leave... not like that. Just like this. Good. Yeah, I'm going to leave these 3, including the Stinger, to control that. And we'll keep pushing. And basically now it's the point where we want to link up. Let's just take have this group take that industrial complex. So my Piedras Negras group will push on this industrial complex. Take it over. It can still have a garrison, so it's still dangerous. And then that'll clear all the ground between the Ciudad, the northernmost east force. I should have had this code name. Like this is A and then B1, B2. We haven't really done anything. Oh, and this is actually exposed to quite a lot of stuff. So let's get the other Abrams in here as well. And we really want to keep the artillery moving up quickly so that we have an AA with it as well. Recon. And then I think I'm going to get 2 of the Abrams to move up here. And then, okay, the Dragon, I guess, everyone but that will move up here. Okay. Remember, you have UAVs for recon too. I know it's such a pain actually to manually control. I know all you have to do is set an air patrol. It's kind of painful. I don't like to do it, but let's do it. Let's stop being lazy just for a second here. Air patrol. These guys have pretty good range. No. 900 kilometers. So we need something like 500 should be sufficient then. Air patrol. Here. We have another one over here. No, we don't. I lied. We have another one here. This one, I guess we'll have air patrol out this way. Looks good. And then where do we have the other ones? 2 over here. Okay, yeah, so this is probably more important than having an actual unit. It's just having an air patrol. Spotting and letting me know when I'm going to have enemy units inbound from the west, if ever. So do something like that, and then get 1 to spot Monterey in that, or Chihuahua in that area. It's getting chaotic. Tortuga household. Okay, supply trickling in yet? Not yet. It's gonna take a while. This is the problem with Blitzkrieg. We need. Oh wait! I'm kind of silly. We do have a supply truck. Unfortunately, we have to keep the units spaced like this because we will lose the territory and be completely cut off if we don't. Yeah, but we do have enough units, I think, to kind of. So let me do this and right-click here and get you to go there. So now those 2 units can move forward. I guess we'll have the Patton move forward. I just want to keep pushing forward. So let's get this group Call this the new Control 0 because everyone else is stuck behind, and have them move another 2 hexes forward. Slowly but steadily. Welcome, Jax. Yeah, we want to basically get far enough south that we can see the B2. See forces for the B2. Oh man, look at that. 2 more. Wonderful. 2 more units destroyed. They are using C-47s. It's kind of interesting. If I see aircraft, I will deploy. Let's not send all of our Eagles, though. I think 2 should be sufficient for this. Look how slow he's going. Oh, God. Oh, the humanity. We sent 2 against this. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Oh, that was so sad. Oh, man. Okay, we have more action on the high seas. Looks like we are able to run these down pretty easily. Even the Cheyenne having basically no problems with that. I see some more forces to the south. We'll start moving in that direction. Sounds like my kids are smiling for smiling for a picture over there. What is this? Oh yeah, that's just my air patrol. Okay, so really, things have gone very well for the start of this, huh? And we have our air patrols out, so we... Oh! Where's this Tiger 2 located? Where is he coming from? We're going all the way, if we can. Did I sent some, right? Yeah, they're on the move. It had invasion strikes, I know. That's just the generic profile though, so it's not... Okay, so that was another kill. Oh, the Oliver Perry's taking some damage this time. We are sending in support. Get this guy moving southwest to support. If we need to, we can retask our F-117s with air attack. I mean, sea attack, naval strike. Okay, there it is. All right, the end of the stream cannot happen until this happens. We want to see it. The people want to know, what does it look like when a BMP-2, ooh, okay, not bad. A BMP-2 and a VBC-90, which I don't know what that is. What does it look like? What does the world look like? Oh my God, the humanity! I was expecting instant death, but that was a relatively minor... That was... Okay, that was just very, very underwhelming. Very disappointed. Do we end up getting them? So where is the nearest airport down here? Where are they operating out of? Ah, man. We saw them heading this way, right? I mean, we can't go... Oh, well, okay, we're not that bad. We're at 90%. I think I think that this is actually... I'm not sure, but I think it's 2 sets of 50. 50% of your supply is ammo, and 58% of your supply is fuel. I'm not sure, though. It's just a hunch. Yeah, so those were Tiger 2s, I think. The F5s. Yes, that's what I think. I think I saw that. But I don't know where they're operating out of. Over here? I mean, I guess they could be all the way down here. Okay, well, let's go investigate. Nope. Oh, yep, we are. We're going for it. Our F-15s are on a serious stroll south of the border. Okay, they are fighting... Okay, we found helicopters. Oh, we got... What was that? We're finding all kinds of stuff here. We're just going into destroying their helicopters over the city of... What? A C-212, I don't know what that is. It's obviously some kind of cargo airplane. And it's really coming in at the wrong time here. Oh! Okay, get these guys to go back home. That was already satisfying. That was much more satisfying than the somewhat disappointing B-2. We'll get the B2 another chance, see if she can do anything against BMP. How are things looking overall, though? Looking really good. Looking really good. Yeah, this is not quite as much damage as I was hoping to see. Actually, the biggest thing is her ordnance, probably because of her, you know, she's such a stealth aircraft, she doesn't have that good of a payload. And it really shows in this. So despite the fact that, despite the fact that she has these numbers are insane. They're really, really, really high. The highest numbers I've seen in the game for any aircraft. It's just, that's why it's funny to me. The B-36s, man, you just get, well, I usually operate them in groups of 5 or 6, and maybe that's the problem. But they will just destroy everything, and I think it's cargo capacity. Yeah, you can see 50%. So this one's out of, it must be this, supplies related. So let's go ahead and grab a Nighthawk and see what her load is. Well, it's only 40. But she might also have a pretty light load. I don't know. Anyways, the F-16s are really getting the job done. That's for sure. And you know what? Everything's going pretty well. Not too surprisingly. Taking a little bit of damage on the sea, but I think we've been pretty effective. And I'm going to call the stream to a close here, really. I mean, I guess we'll push one more hex. Got somebody pulling double duty over here. Because it's time to wrap it up. Time for dinner and... Oh, this is supply... Wow, this is good. This is a good attack. Let's keep this going. Let's push all the way to Chihuahua. Oh my god. Oh, Lord help me. A very wounded T-72 is coming, but it's coming at my supply truck. We will convert... Oh, look at that. My artillery is opening up on it already, and I expect my Merles will very soon as well. Just get the supply truck out. Good, get her out. And I got my B2 inbound. Oh, thankfully they ran into my Recon Bradley, which is going to be pretty potent at taking out tanks. I'll have the B2 help out as well. Oh, that was a good hit from the B2. Finally doing some work. And... Come on. Go get the kill, Bradley. Get it. Get it. Got it. Haha. All right. What a good place to end the stream. So that's going to conclude today. This is a really fun game, though. I mean, I just really love this game. You're operating all these different models. I mean, we haven't really got into it in this game, but there's a lot of research you do to build up the tech tree. And anti-tank helo would probably be a good idea. I don't know if I have... I guess the warrior here is not terrible. But, you know, neither is it amazing. Anyway, really fun time. I'm having a really fun time. Probably because we're doing so well. But not even then, even if we weren't doing well, it's always just really cool to simulate the use of like the B2 and the F-16s, the F-15s. They were just awesome. Just sweeping the skies. I haven't even used my Raptors yet. I can probably just put these into reserve because they are pretty costly and it doesn't look like we're going to need them. It's just really... Oh, I accidentally sent this guy out. Cancel those orders. Cancel. Yeah, anyways, it's just a lot of fun, this game. A lot of fun. And we'll have a slow... We're off to a good start, but the Mexicans obviously weren't ready for us. They're starting to deploy forces. And we are getting a trickle... I'm glad we have a patrol out this way. We are getting a trickle of forces out from the west, which we'll have to be ready for. So, anyway... That's going to conclude us, though. So I don't know if this will continue on as a steady stream or if I should bring it to the channel. I don't know. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments section. The chat will be basically shut down in a moment when the stream stops. Or you can go on my Discord and let me know there. But thanks to everyone who came out, especially those who are active. Oh, Japan. Yeah, we'll quickly check Japan. I don't imagine it's anything we can see because I don't think there's any... I'm sure it's all... naval warfare. Yeah, no movement on the borders. So, and Syria versus... Okay, Turkey's winning in a huge way against Syria, though, which is not surprising. And that's it. So, thanks to everyone who came out. And until the next stream or the video of this, thanks for watching.